New details tonight from St. Augustine. It's a big deal. That's what a county commissioner said today about the yet-to-be-built Florida Black History Museum in St. Johns County. And today, a move toward making it a reality. Our Jessica Clark has been following this story for more than a year now. She joins us now with the latest. Jess?
Well, good evening. Yes, right now, a Senate committee in Tallahassee is wrapping up a discussion of a bill that would make St. Augustine the official home for the state's museum. It would also set aside some money for it. A busload of supporters today left St. Augustine to be a presence in that meeting room, and they did not let last year's really harrowing experience to the state capitol deter them.
Loading a bus again.
We're going to support the building of the Black History Museum here in St. Johns County.
That was the sole goal of the folks who boarded this bus in St. Augustine Tuesday morning, bound for Tallahassee. Many of them traveled last April by bus to the Capitol for the same reason, but the bus caught fire on the interstate.
I was terrified at this point.
But that did not deter them this time.
Actually, this makes us more motivated as a community. So yeah, and we got a fireproof bus today. So the kind of fire that we got is on the inside. And so now we're not deterred or impeded any kind of way.
They arrived safely at the Capitol in the afternoon and spoke before a Senate committee that discussed a bill that will officially determine St. Augustine as the site for the state's Black History Museum and set aside $2 million for planning, design, and engineering. Of course, more money will be needed for construction, and County Commissioner Sarah Arnold says big names have pledged support.
I mean, whether it's Florida Blue, the Jaguars, TPC, we have been just so privileged and so honored with the amount of regional support that has already reached out and has committed to helping us see this through.
The 14-acre site selected is in West Augustine at the old Florida Memorial University location, now mostly wooded.
I think that the educational component, the cultural component, the economic component with the tourism, it's going to be a game changer.
A state museum with state decision makers that has a lot of local heart rooting it on.
They'll see that St. Johns County is serious about the museum, and we're going to support it, sustain it well beyond, now in the future. So that's what we hope that's going to take place.
For many people, this is more than a museum. This is really a way to memorialize the struggles of the folks in Florida, especially the Black people in Florida throughout time. But in St. Augustine, it has special importance because so many of them experienced the civil rights movement, Jeannie, in the 60s. They were on the bus today.
Exactly.
And so West Augustine, as we mentioned, is the location. A lot of folks who either live in West Augustine or have ties to West Augustine were on the bus, have gone to the state capitol supporting this. But it is one of the poorest communities in St. Johns County, but this is where it's going to be.
That's right. And I had a chance to talk to the unofficial mayor of
right.
West Augustine.
Greg White.
That's right. His name is Greg White. You know it. And I asked him, why is this museum so important?
Because it's going to be the economic development engine that's going to give people gainful employment. And look at the tourists and how much it's going to bring to historic West Augustine. I advocate for historic West Augustine, no secret.
He says West Augustine is so connected with the history of civil rights. He tells me he remembers clearly standing near Dr. Martin Luther King in West Augustine.
Oh, gosh, yes. I was 16 years old.
Martin Luther King Jr. and 17 other persons were arrested on June 11th in an attempt to eat in a segregated restaurant.
And what he remembers?
That he wasn't a very large man. He was only like maybe 5'6", maybe 5'7", and on TV I thought he was like huge, but he wasn't very huge.
But he says Dr. King's influence enormous.
In a long journey toward freedom and justice in St. Augustine.
Oh, that voice was huge, and his presence was phenomenal.
So when you listen to Mr. White and the other folks today, you can see why this history museum is so critical to them. I mean, they were there during the civil rights movement in St. Augustine, and they remember things like the acid being poured in the swimming pool here.
Right. This is an iconic photo from 1964 in St. Augustine. So the county commissioner told me, I said, how much is this going to cost? She said the price tag being kind of kicked around is $100 million. I mean, this is no joke, but it's going to take up about a city block amount of land, and it is going to be several buildings if it comes to fruition. I shouldn't use the word if.
Don't say
because
that.
a lot of people are saying when.
They are so determined to make this happen. Jess, thanks so much.